Right, do you think I've got enough fragrances to talk about? All of them, all of them, and all of them. So these are my brother's fragrances. He's at the gym, so I've decided to take a few to review them. Let's finish the Lush body spray collection, eh? Been a bit cheeky, haven't I want to apologise. Obviously, the treadmill does make a whirring noise, but I thought while my brother's not here, why don't I go nick some of his Lush fragrances and do a review on. I love Lush body sprays. If you haven't seen my videos before, I've done a load of reviews on Lush body sprays, but I've never reviewed these ones. I had a little look at the ones I've done before, and had a look at what my brother's currently got, because there are loads on the market, including some really, really nice new ones. I thought I'd just do a quick video on them. So what I'll do, I'll talk about them for sort of 2 minutes. I've got 11 here, sort of what they smell like, the sort of quality of the scent, and yeah, just their general versatility, and yeah, just my overall thoughts. So I won't go too much into detail. Really recommend, if anyone's interested in Lush body sprays, you can get these all across the world. Go in a shop and try them as well, because they're really unique, they're really special. I think, for me, if I could only own any brand of fragrances, it'd probably be Lush at the moment. That's how much I like them. The body sprays perform like an eau de toilette, and they're just amazing. So I need to find some spots on me to spray these, because they're super strong, their performance is incredible. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to quickly start with them. We'll start with Strawberry Fields Forever. So the first one, Strawberries Feels Forever. Now, this is one of their new releases. They've started to add like a bit of colour around the label. It looks a little bit better. I'm not a massive fan of the bottle, but I like the fact they're plastic, so if you drop them, they're going to break your foot or something. Anyway, Strawberries Feels Forever. You probably guess what the main note is. Sing a sugar spun tale of strawberries and cream as swirls of scrumptious vanilla sweep you up in a summer's day dream. So it's interesting, actually. Strawberry being obviously a sort of sweet, fruity note, and cream. Obviously, that is a summer thing that you eat, but obviously strawberry being quite fruity, quite cloying in the summer. So I'm interested to know what this one smells like. I did smell it about 2 months ago, so I'm going to spray my arm, tell you what it sort of smells like. Okay, so you can definitely get the strawberry, but I'm actually getting a lot of the cream here. That is very nice. So what else does it say on it? Sun-kissed bergamot will have you spreading joy wherever you go. To be honest, I am just getting that strawberries and cream smell. What Lush do really well is they do these gourmand type fragrances. This is exactly that. This just feels like you're eating a lovely strawberries and cream for dessert, you know, maybe at the seaside or something, or at a nice fancy restaurant. Now, what I would say with this, in terms of versatility, in terms of use, I think this is a little bit younger. I couldn't imagine a real macho man wearing this, or, you know, it's obviously Lush targets more fragrances maybe towards women, but they are all unisex. This is definitely a younger sort of person's fragrance, boy or girl, with this one. And it's lovely. The performance is sensational, by the way. This is going to really protect you. You're going to get noticed. You're going to get confidence of this. It's positive. It's uplifting. It's a little bit playful. That's probably what I'm saying. Certainly, you could use it in a sort of office environment if you really wanted to. A little bit too cloying for the gym, but that's really nice. If you like the note of strawberry, I have a fragrance called Zara called Red Rodeo, and it really touches on strawberry nicely. If you want strawberry with a nice sort of whipped cream vanilla vibe, this is a great fragrance. So out of 10, I'm going to give this a 7.5. I think it's a really nice new release. I don't think it really wows me. It's just playful and fruity, but I love the fact that Lush never smells too synthetic. It's really nice, really pleasant. So yeah, fruity strawberry, this is your one. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so we're going to stick with the sweet vibe. This is one of their sort of cheaper ones. I'm not rating these on sort of price or anything today, because Lush body sprays tend to be between sort of £22 and £32, and yeah, they're all much of a muchness with that, so I don't really want to rank them on that. So, Honey, I Wash the Kids, this is called. A tempting honey toffee fragrance with a citrus twist of Brazilian orange oil. Does it say anything else? A member of the citrus family, bergamots. It says bergamots in it again, okay. Bergamot lends its elevating zesty fragrance to clear the mind and encourage a sense of well-being. Never had this one. Right. Wow, okay, that's quite strong. Now, I said they're really natural, these fragrances. This one is a little bit synthetic, I must admit. Not getting the bergamot or the zestiness at all. This is very, very much sweet honey and toffee. Now this is going to be overpowering in a close to vine environment. I can just tell that. This is purely, I think this is one you want to wear on a cold outdoorsy day. If you're outdoors, it's not, again, it definitely is more youthful, this. And I don't mean this in a nasty way, but it's got this sort of plastic smell. It doesn't smell really natural. But a younger person will like this. You know, to me, this is in that sort of sweet, it's not bubblegummy at all, but we know that sort of bubblegummy type fragrances. This is kind of more in that sort of genre of fragrance. I think if you like those sort of scents, I think you'll like this one more like your Invictus sort of ones. But yeah, not for an older person. I think this is a little bit more masculine actually, honey and toffee. Because it has that sort of caramel vibe to it. So for that sort of thing, not my favourite, that one. Yeah, a little bit synthetic, I'd say. But again, if you're someone who wants a strong fragrance, who's getting into fragrances, something very sweet, playful, you're a younger person again, that would be absolutely fine. So I'm going to give that one a 6 out of 10. Very nice, still very nice, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it doesn't have that same quality that I think you can get with some of these body sprays that are coming up. Onto the next one. Okay, so we're not actually that far away from Christmas now. And I've had this fragrance, I had it last Christmas. Yognog. So we said about the other ones being a little bit younger, a little bit more juvenile. I think this is one of the best, so I already know this one. So Yognog, indulge in a biscuity butterscotch warmth of this cinder toffee fragrance made with sliced clove bud and delicate yang yang. I can never pronounce that. Anyway, spicy and sweet scented clove bud of oil, brings a warming note to the perfume, lending a snuggly edge to this delectable fragrance. Sorry, it's really hard to read these while on the move because I don't want to fall off the treadmill. Now, I think this has a slight pininess from memory. Wow, right. This is an all-timer. If you've never tried this, please have a consideration of getting this over Christmas. This is butterscotchy biscuit. It's in about cinders. I think there's a bit of almond in this. I don't know if there is or not, because Lush aren't very good with their note breakdowns, so that's why I just read the sort of label. And pine. So almondy pine, a butterscotch biscuit. It's so warming, comforting. It's really comforting. This is definitely a little bit more grown up, a bit more sophisticated. But it's one that you just want to get closer to. Now, this is pretty strong, by the way. You could certainly wear this on a date, a night out. Christmas time with the family coming around, though, is where I think this one is best. I don't think of it as a real, you know, it's certainly a compliment. I just don't think it's got that sort of sex appeal in the same way. This is much more, it's just classy. I cannot get enough of that smell. This to me is in the sort of vibe of, and it's not that sort of vibe, but obviously I'm talking about the season more than anything, but Tobacco Vanille, it's nowhere near as good quality, but I just love it. If you like butterscotch, if you know butterscotch, that's it. It's just very warming, very pleasing, and it's just so well put together. That has got a classiness which is up there with some of the best fragrances I know. So yeah, Yognog is brilliant. I don't really get the sort of, I don't know, yang yang, I cannot pronounce it. But if you like butterscotch and biscuity sort of smells with a sort of hint of tiny booze, that's your one. That should be on your Christmas list, in my opinion. I forgot to give Yognog a score. I was talking about it so well. 11 out of 10. It's a stunner. It's an absolute stunner. Please go and try it in a shop. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you like your fragrances, you're not going to be disappointed. Okay, this is another one I've owned, and this is one that, again, I say Lush is more sort of feminine. I think this is a lot more masculine. This is called Dirty, and this is the opposite Dirty. This is why I like the name of this one. So it's all about time for my arrival. It's about time for my arrival. An arresting and downright filthy blend of sultry sandalwood, spicy tarragon, and invigorating spearmint when you crave a little freshness. This to me, I know a lot of people don't like this because they don't like the note of tarragon, interestingly. This is spearmint all over. This smells like, and it's going to sound a bit weird, a really, really nice, anyone know Listerine, the mouthwash? Listerine mouthwash. This has got a mouthwashy vibe, a bit of a toothpastey vibe, I would say, to it. But this is so fresh. But I don't know if it's the tarragon or the thyme. it brings a little bit, because it's a bit more green, obviously, than the other fragrance, and maybe that mintiness. It's not just a summer fragrance. It's quite heavy, I'd say. It's quite a heavy scent. But you could wear it in high heat. It is just mint. It's a mint bomb, basically. If you like mint, an overload of mint, get this. I don't know if anyone remembers Wild Mint from Mazzaro. It's got that sort of vibe. It's not quite as sweet as that one. It's a lot more minty, I'd say, than that one. But obviously that was mint heavy. If you like mint heavy fragrances, that is one to try. It's really strong. I've had a lot of compliments on that one. And I think you could wear that to the gym. I think you could wear that, not dressing up, but it could be a signature scent. It could be an office scent. The only thing I would say I'd mark it down on, to be honest with you, being harsh here, is you might just smell like mouthwash. It's so linear of that smell. Some people might think it's just too linear. It's like, oh, it smells like mint in here. Someone's sprayed like a mint scroll. Someone's eating mint. Apart from that, it's great. For that reason, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Okay, this next one, Milky Bath. I've never tried this one. So this is a first for me. Let's read it. The fragrance of fresh citrus scented sheets out of the line. So it's basically like washing, I'm assuming. The cotton soft powdery scent carried along by the wind. Who knew laundry could be so romantic? There you go. It's almost like I read it beforehand. I promise. Balancing patchouli grounds the mind with its earthy, warm aroma. That doesn't sound like a laundry smell, patchouli, but let's see. I'm assuming it's going to be quite sort of musky, quite clean. Ooh. Yeah, I think you do get that bit of, yeah, this is very like musky. It's like, I don't know if you've smelled Tom Ford, I think it's white patchouli or white suede. It's that. It's definitely that. That's really nice. That's really nice. That's definitely more feminine though. Clean washing. You know, when you've just basically put washing on the line, it's a windy day, and it just smells really nice. I always think like, yeah, with a basket, something like that. The bees seem to like that smell, I always think. You might attract bumblebees with this one. Very clean. The only thing I'd say, that sort of note, that patchouli, that washing smell, brilliant for a signature scent. Overspray that because Lush sprays are strong. Bit headache inducing. A little bit headache inducing. You know what I mean? It's a little bit too much. But if you want to smell like clean laundry, that's that. And I've always said this with fragrances. Sometimes just smelling clean is absolutely fine. You know, we look so much at complex notes, like I talked about with Yogurt, the sweet ones. Sometimes just smelling clean, well put together, is absolutely fine. That's what you'll smell like. You just sort of, you know, looked after yourself, you've washed, and, you know, you look after yourself. That's your fragrance for that. So it's quite sort of safe but headache inducing, if that makes sense. I'm going to say 6.5 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. Definitely more feminine. But yeah, a bit milky, bit clean, safe. Does the job. This is another one of their new release. This one's one I was really interested to smell. Have smelled it, but not for a little while. Pumpkin spice. Coming up to Halloween. Perfect time for it. Pairs perfectly with an oversized scarf and a trip to the pumpkin patch. Your new fall favourite. So we're now in full season, so this will be interesting. Carob? C-A-R-O-B? Resinoid adds a deep layer of decadence to this fragrance, shoving it to the naysayers who dare call pumpkin spice basic. Right, well, I'll be the judge of that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I thought this was going to be quite sweet, like a sweet pumpkin. This smells like an old-fashioned. Anyone know when you go to like a place where like there's old buildings, like old buildings you can walk in and, you know, they have like herbs and spices and pottery going on in those sort of attractions, certain museums. That's what it smells like. It smells really old-fashioned. What is that note? It's pumpkin, but there's something in it. It doesn't tell you. This brings this sort of grassy vibe to it, like an herb grassy vibe, like dry herbs. I'm not sure what I think of that. Personally, this is not going to be for everyone. This is definitely grown up. This is someone in their sort of 30s at least and up, maybe even 40s and up. Quite masculine, I would say. I think this would be tough for a woman to block. It's not sweet or fruity at all. You've got to have a trained nose for this. That's very, very bold by Lush. Compared to the milky bath we've just spoken about, this is like the complete opposite. Wow, okay. Now, I really like it, but I don't think this is going to be for everyone. So I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. Just go and try it. I can't really recommend or not recommend that. That is super bold. That's super different. I don't think that's a compliment getter, but it's going to really intrigue a lot of people. You're going to be a talking point, whether that's for the right or the wrong reasons. Definitely a winter scent. Definitely, I don't think it's fall. I think that's winter. Again, holiday season maybe. Quite calming. Not a night out though. It's quite serious. Yeah. Interesting one, that. Very interesting. We'll have to talk about that one in a bit more detail at some point. On to the next one. Okay, this actually used to be called a pillow spray. They've now called it Sleepy Body Spray. This is called Twilight. They might have even renamed it to Sleepy now. Lavender. So lavender, a proven relaxing, calming note. Clouds of dusky tonka, lavender, and yang yang, I think that's how you pronounce it, charm and bewitched with sweet nursery rhyme notes to help you bed down for the night. Does it have anything else? No. So okay, so it's mainly talking about lavender here. So it's a lavender heavy fragrance. Would you spray this on your bed and pillow like it used to be marketed as? Now this is nice. Now, I don't know if anyone has lavender fragrances. I find lavender in fragrances don't smell like lavender. If you're walking by lavender, like that smell of lavender, you rub it on your fingers and you smell it in like the woods or wherever you're going. That's this lavender. That's what this lavender smells like. That is lovely. Some people might say that's your old grandma sort of smell. I think it's just a nice, clean, relaxing scent. Would I wear it as a fragrance? Probably not, because I think it is that sort of smell. If you're walking in the woods, maybe so. If you're a woman who's I think it's definitely more feminine, who likes that smell of lavender, just wants to feel relaxed, calm, likes the nature. Brilliant. Spray this on your bed, spray this on your pillow. I really like that. I can't fault it down for anything. It's just personal preference with this one. As I said, it's that very much realistic lavender scent, but it's very linear. There's not really any complexity to it other than that, which is what this is for. I'm going to say that's really good. 8 out of 10. Really good, really pleasant. Just simple and straightforward. And this one doesn't feel like it'd be cloying at all. Just uplifting and bright and positive and calming. That is what it is. If you want a calming scent, it's not going to be too in your face. Again, great for a casual sort of wear every day. Twilight's your one. Right, let's go to the next one. This is one of their limited edition again. So this is The Old Songs Are Awakening. Or Awaking, sorry. I thought it used to be called Awakening. Anyway, inspired by the passing down of knowledge from generation to generation, this scent holds out its arms and pulls you in with a sweet, reassuring embrace. That doesn't tell you what it's about, does it? Let's see if it's anything on the back. The sweet-smelling tonka bean is picked from the forest floor to generate income for communities of the Amazon forest. That is good. So, tonka bean, we know that much. Okay, I don't know this one at all. Very exciting, this. I love it when you get new fragrances you can smell. Oh, wow. Right. There's definitely an herbal note to this. Don't know what that is. And you're getting the sweetness from the tonka bean, but there's definitely a zestiness. It doesn't say about any sort of zesty note. There's a zesty green sort of vibe. Maybe that's bergamot or something. With a lovely sweetness coming through, which I think must be the tonka bean. There's a creaminess. It's very creamy as well. I like this. Now, how can I sort of talk about this scent? This is, again, more of a winter fragrance, definitely. If you've ever been past a Lush shop, You know the smell of their bath bombs? You can kind of smell it as you go in. You smell like a bath bomb, and I mean that in the best possible way. A little bit more youthful, this again, definitely more feminine. A bit candied, it's a bit like a sweet, a nice sort of, yeah, fruity sweet. If you like that, this is good. This is very good. I don't think you need it as limited edition. I always think when it's like a limited edition fragrance, you want it to be really unique and really special. I just think that's just, again, a bit more of a everyday winter wear on a frosty morning, a bit playful, a bit juvenile again, a bit more feminine, and yeah, it's just a bit cosy. So yeah, like that one a lot though. It is very nice. Lush bath bomb. If you know that smell, you know the smell of a Lush store if you walk by. That's what it smells like. In terms of the score for the Old Son's Awakening, 8.5. Just a really nice scent. Bath bombs. I like a bath bomb. It's just very good, very safe. I can't imagine anyone not liking that scent. Just maybe a certain, you only mark it down if you don't like that candy sort of sweetness, but someone that's sort of late 20s, I'm still more than happy with that. Okay, I remember this with my brother getting this. I didn't like it first. Let's see if it's changed. Another limited edition. Yuzu and cocoa. Now, is yuzu a plant? I think it is, isn't it? I think it's a floral note in, I think there's an Acqua di Parma yuzu, which I think got the best reviews, and obviously cocoa, sort of chocolate. So let's see what it says. For chocoholics that are sweet enough, rich dark chocolate swirls with creamy citrus to wrap you up in a blanket of cocoa that won't overwhelm your sweet tooth. So I'm assuming it's going to be more chocolate heavy. A rich, decadent base, they like that word, don't they? Cocoa Absolute, filled, lifted by bursts of grapefruit and bergamot to melt your troubles away. So sort of citrus and chocolate. Don't know about that as a combination. It's time to find out. Wow. Right, that really is citrus and chocolate. Now, it is like cocoa powder more than like chocolate, I would say. Like a more like you're starting to bake some chocolate. It's definitely bergamot and that sort of grapefruit. It's basically citrus and chocolate. Right, I'm going to be honest with this one. I remember this fragrance before, my brother having it, and I said I wasn't that sure. And I don't particularly like it smelling like that. The chocolate's certainly coming through now. Chocolate's becoming more dominant as you expect, it's a sweet note. In the air, this is lovely. This is a really nice scent. It's one of those ones that's better in the air than sort of just up to you, right up to your nose. So I think this is a great compliment. I think this is great for office, winter wear, outdoors, indoors, a bit more grown up as well. So I think this is super versatile. And it's got that extra complexity, which I say sometimes the Lush scents don't. They're kind of like just a strawberry smell or, just a mint smell. This one is, you're getting that sort of citrus and cocoa together, and it's just a bit more intriguing, a bit more grown up, mature, a bit more unisex. So I think it's a bit more masculine with that chocolate. 9.5 out of 10. Really good fragrance. So it's not 100% for me, but I do really like it. I really appreciate it. I think a lot of people will. It's one that I think you need to just try a few times to really judge how much you like it. But in the air, I know my brother's had a lot of confidence on it. So yeah, decent score for that, I have to say. 2 to go. The Comforter. I've owned this one. This is one of their cheaper ones. So cozy up under a blanket of cypress oil and blackcurrant Absolute for a burst of fruity, juicy fragrance. I remember this being blackcurrant heavy. Yeah, this is blackcurrant, but this is like blackcurrant squash. It's not like, I don't know if anyone's tried Tom Ford. They've got a really nice blackcurrant one. I think it's like I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's like Mandarino di Amalfi. This is blackcurrant squash. It's a little bit, it's not zesty at all, it's fuzzy, it's sort of, it's just not got that real quality about it. It smells a bit synthetically plastic to me. Definitely for a younger person, this one. Juicy, sweet, but not that sort of zestiness I want from a bit of blackcurrant, not that really natural, a little bit cloying. It's definitely cloying, but great as a starter for its sort of winter fragrance for anyone who, into fragrances, not really bought a lot, doesn't want the sort of generic ones. This is a great option. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, but that's just because I don't think it works for older age. I think it's definitely more of a feminine scent, and just the quality maybe isn't there like some of the others, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I've said this before. just because the quality is a bit more synthetic smelling, a bit more plastic smelling, they can be pleasant. They can be absolutely pleasant. And if you're someone who's got a bit of a budget, this is, again, all Lush sprays a great bang for your buck. So 6 out of 10 for that. Nothing wrong with it. Just not for everyone. Maybe not for your more fragrance connoisseurs, let's say, like yourself. Really. Anyway, 1 to go. The last one I'm going to talk about today, again, another new release because it's got some colour around the label. Super Milk. So, this might be a little bit like washing again, I reckon. We all have our kryptonite. Luckily, yours comes with irresistible lemon notes and a vanilla twist. So, lemon and vanilla sounds pretty good to me. It might be a bit like apple palm and vanilla, and if it is, you're going to get a good review from me. So, simply vanilla, as if. Let's see something, I don't know, gives this creamy biscuity scent, its fruity twist, transform you into an absolute snack. It's a gourmand again, it goes very much into the Lush gourmand vibe. Just lemon to me. I'll just let that sit for a little bit. This is very much citrus heavy. I'm not getting any vanilla with that at all. It's just a very linear lemon smell, which is great for the summer, by the way. Again, if the vanilla kicks through, this might be a great sort of versatile scent. You know, an all-year one. I'll be honest, called sort of Super Milk, I want a bit more vanilla. The lemon's too strong, it's overpowering it for me, so I feel like that it's coming off a little bit, but there's not enough vanilla kicking through. It just smells like a nice, soft lemon, like you've kind of watered down a lemonade. That's probably the nicest way to put it. Underwhelming, but safe, extremely versatile. Male, female. Certainly think it's a little bit more grown up, 25 plus maybe. But I think there's a lot on the market for that sort of vibe. And, you know, just knowing how highly I rate the Lush body spray and how well they do some of their other gourmands, and, you know, those sort of fruity notes that sort of feel like you can eat them. Wanted a bit more from that. I don't think the name matches the sort of scent profile enough. So I'll say for that one, 5 out of 10, just straight down the middle. I think there's better out there for cheaper prices, I must admit, but again, appreciate the effort. So yeah, there we go. Very just literally almost like an unboxing review of those fragrances. Just literally spray them and just give my own thoughts. Very hard to do that on the spot while moving on a treadmill, I know, but got the steps up. I'm now up to 10,300 steps. Do want to give a special mention to another one they do at the moment called Stormy Weather. Stormy Weather. Obviously, the weather's been a little bit stormy lately. That's a really nice fragrance. Really recommend it. Really recommend it. I wish I had it here to tell you what it smells like, but it's got a bit of a... It's not a wet concrete smell, but it's like a really nice cotton smell, like washing, with that kind of... Yeah, like it's been raining. That's what I would say. It's just that sort of fresh, clean smell with that sort of aquatic mineral sort of smell from the rain. I can't really put my finger on it until I smell it again, but just want to sort of give special mention to that one. If you do go to a Lush shop, definitely give it a try. Hope you've enjoyed that. I've rushed through it before my brother tells me. I've got to try and remember how they went back, but yeah, definitely recommend. Go to a Lush shop, try these. If there's one to buy this winter alongside Sticky Dates, which I've recommended a lot, let's do one more spray of this. I really hope my brother doesn't watch this, but I won't lie, I bought this for him last Christmas, so technically it's mine, isn't it? Please, please, please don't rule this one out. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.